Hi Capricorns, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your weekly reading. I'm shuffling these cards very well. If they fall out or flip over, I'm putting them back in the deck until I switch up my shuffle to allow the cards to come out. So this is a two-part reading, Capricorns. The total energy of this reading will be the center card in the middle of the first part of the reading. It's also a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody, so you can take from the reading what does resonate. Boy, they're slippery. Or think about a private reading, which I do. If you just shoot me an email, we can get started. So, for our Capricorns, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your lives. Get these shuffled really good for you. Capricorns. For our Capricorns, please. One more shuffle, Capricorns. Okay, here we go. Please, universe, give us the cards that Capricorn needs for their reading this week. What does Capricorn need to know? There's your card. Ooh, what does Capricorn need to know? What's coming up for Capricorn? What do they need a heads up on? That one wants out. For Capricorn. Okay, Capricorns. We got quite a few cards out of here. So I put the cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. And the overall energy of your reading is going to be the Two of Wands. You're so ready to move forward. You're really thinking hard about it. So we have extra cards for the second part of the reading. Exactly what we need for the second part of your reading. So Capricorns, the overall energy is the Two of Wands. You're holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, looking over the world. You're contemplating, you're dreaming about what is it going to look like in moving forward in your life. You're looking towards the light. Yes, you want change, and yes, you do want to move forward. I have the Four of Swords in your highest energy. So you've been going through some deep healing. You're letting swords of truth and clarity come to you in meditation, praying, or soul searching in your quiet times. It's a very healing card. Truth and clarity can be very healing, and it brings you a lot of light. This is what's getting you ready to move forward. So you're healing. You're realizing things, you're making sense of things, and you're ready to move forward. And you're daydreaming about what does it look like? What does my life look like in moving forward? I have the Fool next to the Four of Swords and right above the Two of Wands. So the Fool, it's fun. It's a fun, carefree, throw caution to the wind type energy. Balancing along with your head in the clouds, living in the moment. But it always comes to an end with the Fool card. You reach the end of the cliff and you start to look towards your future. You start to look for something more grounded, something more solid. And so that's why it's called the Fool card. Even though it's fun while you're in it, you never stay in it. You know, things evolve. You end up wanting something more grounded. So I think this is what you're healing from, that you were in a relationship, you reached the edge of the cliff, you decided that you wanted something more from your life, and so you're healing, and all these swords of truth and clarity are coming to you, and you're just getting ready to move forward. And you will move forward. I have the World right next to the Fool. There's your new life cycle. So you're meant to move forward. You're going to be moving into a whole new life cycle. I have the Six of Swords under the Four of Swords and next to the Two of Wands. So the Six of Swords, you are moving forward. You know, these swords of truth and clarity, you spending time to yourself, figuring yourself out, realizing what you want, what you've been through, what you don't want. Picking up swords of truth and clarity is taking you towards that light. And that's where you want to go, away from these stormy skies, away from these dark waters. It takes some work and it takes some time, but you're doing it. And you're really getting ready to move forward here. I have the Three of Pentacles next to the Two of Wands and under the World card. See, this is what happens with this Fool's energy. You're coming out of the energy of the Fool, and you were wanting to be more grounded. And I think you and whoever you were with just didn't see eye to eye on how to move forward. Sort of like a butting of heads about how to move forward. They probably wanted to stay in the energy of the Fool. I have the Two of Pentacles under the Six of Swords. So this is like doing a balancing act here, holding pentacles. You know, pentacles are about groundedness, security, stability, commitment. You're moving forward from just trying to maintain your balance in a relationship. You can only stay in this position for so long. So you are definitely moving away from that. Because I think you're in this past relationship, you were kind of on the fence on what should you do. Should you stay in it like they want to, or should you leave it and move towards what you really want from life? I have the Page of Swords next to the Two of Pentacles and right under the Two of Wands. So you've taken your sword out. You're not swinging it. You're just like, you're moving forward when you move into this new life cycle here, and you're going to have your sword out. You're going to be much more aware of what the other party wants. Do they want a Fool's energy type relationship, or do they really want something with the future? So you're going to keep that sword out, and you're going to seek that truth and keep seeking that clarity that you need. So you don't have to, stand on one leg and try to keep balance in the situation. You can only do that for so long too. And the same as living in the energy of the Fool. I have your card here next to the Page of Swords and under the Three of Pentacles. So your card is the Devil card, but nothing like the energy. The energy here is toxic energy. And that keeps that pentacle from being grounded, being committed, being solid and secure from coming forward. There could be a third party. As you can see, there's 3 people in this card. There could have been a third energy, like an addiction or something like that. Something was attached to whoever it was that you were attached to that was keeping them from wanting to come forward with security, stability, any pentacles. And you did not see eye to eye on that. So I think they wanted to stay in the energy of the Fool. Let's take out the second part of your reading. For Capricorns. All right. So I have the Five of Swords right next to the World. Wow. So there you are. You got the Four of Swords, your highest energy, getting all those swords of truth and clarity in your quiet times. Well, picking up these swords, it's allowing you to let an unwanted energy go in the background. Can you see that? They're just fading off into the background. Very, very helpful, those swords. And it's helping you to move into this new life cycle. I have the King of Pentacles next to the Five of Swords. Now, all the kings and queens are very mature-minded, and all the cards are male or female. But this King of Pentacles is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you may have one of those other signs in your chart also, or one of those signs could be strong in someone else's chart around this reading. But here you are. You're holding like a huge pentacle in your arms. You have a pentacle. You are a grounded type individual, and you want to be grounded, and you're seeking a committed and grounded relationship. And that's what you want. And you know that's what you want because you're figuring out the truth and clarity. You're healing from this other energy that you were associated with. And next to the King of Pentacles is a Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is feeling like ghosted, left out in the cold. You probably had a conversation about moving forward and the other party ghosted you. They probably just stopped communicating. They're like, no, I don't want to go there, don't want to do this. This is not the proper way, I don't think, to handle the situation, but a lot of people do handle it this way. I feel like we're waiting for them to call, for them to change their mind, for them to decide that they really want you after all, or can, it's just, you see, this figure is barefoot, there's snow, it's just feeling disregarded, kind of abandoned or left out in the cold. But you got your pentacles still, and you're seeing things for the way they truly are through the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords, and this is what's going to help you move into this new life cycle. I have, and you're really starting to dream about it. You're like, there's got to be something better out there for you, and I'll bet you there is. I have the Death card under the Five of Swords and next to the Three of Pentacles. This is the card for Scorpio, so Scorpio could be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But the Death card is all about transformation. Okay, it's about the end of the old, the beginning of the new. So I feel like you're putting an end to this fool's relationship, and you're ready to move forward into the new. And look at all that light shining behind this figure here. So transforming. It's like you're changing. It's like you want more than you thought you wanted. You're growing and changing. People do that constantly. We have the Nine of Wands next to the Death card and right under the King of Pentacles. So, this is carrying a heavy burden. It's about fresh starts and new beginnings. You're transforming because you know what you want, and you're tired of carrying this burden of wanting this fresh start and new beginning and not being able to hand your pentacle out. And you're deciding that that you just want to transform. You're tired of carrying that weight. Kind of just reminded me of the Beatles song, "You've got to carry that weight a long time." Well, I think you have been. You do have these pentacles. You got the Four of Pentacles next to the Nine of Wands and under the Five of Pentacles. So hang on to what you have left. You're grounded already. You have pentacles. You're probably pretty secure in just being you. Don't let anybody borrow money when this card comes up, because you probably won't get it back. Okay. And if you have lended money out, sorry, I usually don't get the money back. So maybe that's what you're waiting for those of you who have lent out money to this person when they ghosted you. But the Four of Pentacles just says, appreciate what you have. You have a lot more. Sometimes people have a lot more than they remember, than they actually realize that they have. Hang on to your pentacles. Keep building your pentacles. I have the Hermit here under the Death card and right next to the Devil card. This is the card for Virgo. Virgo might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is seeking your path forward. I know you're seeking your path forward away from the toxic energy. You're transforming. You want more from life and you want to get on the right path. So this is a very spiritual card, the Hermit. And with the Four of Swords, spending time alone, the Hermit, spending time alone, trying to figure out your path forward. You may feel like you're just stuck and not moving, but you are moving, okay? So I look around the Hermit, and it's like, yeah, the Hermit's not even looking at the Devil's energy. They're saying that you are going through a transformation right now. You're leaving this toxic energy behind. And all of it's been a spiritual lesson for you. This heavy burden. Spiritual lessons are very difficult to get through. Your guardian angels and spirit guides are all around you, and they've been blowing this horn down on you. And you are awakening to a spiritual lesson, and this is a huge part of why you are transforming in the way you feel, the way you think, what you want. So, your guardian angels and spirit guides, right next to the hermit, they're saying, you know, you are covered. You are learning your spiritual lesson. And another part of your spiritual lesson here, I have the Seven of Cups, and this is under the Four of Pentacles, is how to choose the right cups when they come forward. Because like with the Seven of Cups, all these cups are enticing for one reason or another, but not one of them is the right cup for you. So you need to, and I guess you're learning because you have the Judgment card here, on how to be a bit more careful. You have your sword out here at the Page of Swords, and you're being much more careful and moving forward. And if somebody makes a love offer to you, I think you're going to get to know them better before getting in too deep, like with the Fool's energy. I don't think you're going to just be throwing caution to the wind anymore. I think that you really know what you want now. I have these guardian angel cards. I'm going to pull you out a message from your guardian angels and spirit guides. It may or may not have to do with this reading, but this is a message that they want you to know or hear. So, what does Capricorn need to hear from their guardian angels and their spirit guides, please? What does Capricorn need to hear? Let's get these. They're so wide. Get these more shuffled for Capricorns. What do they need to hear? Oh, there it is, right there. Grab my glasses. So it's card number 3. And it says creativity and abundance. I'm going to read it to you. Dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and truly come into the fullness of who you are. You are transforming. There is a reason for that. It's a time of great creativity, giving birth to beloved projects or becoming a parent. Follow your passions so that abundance and prosperity manifest for you. Follow your passions. There are great things coming your way if you just follow your passions here. And we know that you're ready. You're getting ready. That's what you're transforming for. You're getting ready to go out and accomplish something here. And that's probably what you're thinking about here. You're making big changes in your life in entering this new life cycle. So, wow, Capricorns, this is your reading. And thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot. I want to thank my guardian angels and my spirit guides for helping me deliver you this message.